Welcome to Flick Filter. I'm Big Diesel.
And I'm Mr. Bibbs.
And today we are doing Spider-Man Far From Home.
Far from home.
And careful for spoilers if you have not seen it yet, but we figured everybody's pretty much seen it.
Spoiler alert! Far From Home is about Peter Parker going on a field trip with his classmates, and he's trying his best to be on vacation for the superhero stuff. But as we all know, Tony Stark is gone, and somebody needs to fill his shoes, and they're looking towards him.
Right. And then in comes Mysterio, who says he comes from another Earth, and all of a sudden elementals come out of nowhere and start popping up wherever Peter is.
Convenient, huh?
In the comics, he deals a lot with illusions, but in this movie, he's trying to perceive himself as a good guy and trying to be a hero, talking about the multiverse and this and that. So he's trying to get Peter to trust him a little bit more. Basically, he gains his trust until Peter gives him the Edith glasses that Tony Stark was supposed to give him, and now that has access to weapons and all kinds of other stuff.
Right. Stuff that could potentially level a city. And of course, right when Peter gives some glasses away, he's like, oh crap, what did I do? Anyway, so what did you like about, what was your favorite thing about this film? Mysterio.
And his illusions.
I agree. Mysterio's illusions were excellent. I think my favorite scene was probably when Peter Parker got hit by the train. Spider-Man got hit by the train.
Yeah.
We didn't know where he was until he got hit by that train.
That was pretty good.
That was good.
That could have killed him.
It almost did.
Very much. I also liked Zendaya and Tom Holland's romance. Even though it was a little awkward or whatnot, I really liked it. Kind of worked.
It worked.
It worked. It worked better than Ned and his girlfriend.
But that was funny though.
I didn't like it. It was a little too awkward.
That was funny. That was funny. It was funny because Ned's like, no, Spider-Man, no, you can't have a girlfriend. We're supposed to be
Bachelors.
Yeah, we supposed to be living this life.
And
we want to get all these girls. We're going out. And then he's like,
hey babe. Hey babe.
After like 4 hours, after all of that, he's like, nah, I got a girlfriend and I'm doing man things now. You understand when you become a man. Come on, that was hilarious.
It was so weird. It was good. It was funny, but you know.
It was funny. It was funny. I almost feel like it was too funny though. Like it was one of their little.
You gotta realize, like, a lot of it was high school, so thinking back in high school, like, you know, how many crushes did we have back in high school, you know? So I kind of got why it was all romance and stuff like that, but.
I understood that too.
What else do I like? Just everything in the. So I like Jake Gyllenhaal's performance ever since he was like, once he stopped trying to be a good guy and fake being a good guy, and then he started being evil, his acting just kind of went to another level. And it was very good, it was very believable, and what was more, he was intense. Especially when like he realized one of the guys like misplaced one of their, what was it?
It was a projector?
Yeah, projector. And he just had like the little drones like aiming right at their face, and it was like very intense, and it was like, dang, like he's for real.
Yeah, I think he was saying, oh, don't let Spider-Man be the only person I kill. I'm like, ooh, like yeah. I'm like, ooh.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch. He was a good villain. I want to see him come back again. My absolute favorite scene was actually the end credit scene. This is gonna be there was a whole movie, but my favorite scene was like the end credit scene. When we see J. Jonah Jameson on the billboard saying, "Is Spider-Man really for us?" It goes back into the real Spider-Man story.
Sam Raimi.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And my favorite part was Quentin Beck calling him out, saying he was Peter Parker. And it was funny because, of course, another thing that I liked is Zendaya's character, MJ, figuring out on her own that he was Spider-Man. She's smarter, and I really like that about her. She's not just some random damsel in distress, but she figured it out. But it's a good thing, like he kind of told her his secret, and then before Quentin Beck, called him out. So it's gonna be interesting seeing how things progress in the next Spider-Man movie.
Not to mention how she figured it out, and she made the joke. She made the movie joke, saying, "Oh, when you just put the pieces together, it's really not hard to figure out," which everybody in the theater was thinking. Right. So I thought it was funny that Marvel poked fun at itself.
Right.
So what did you not like about this movie? The con that I had with this movie was that it still had a presence of Iron Man and Avengers in it. It wasn't truly a Spider-Man movie.
It still felt like Iron Man.
Yeah, it felt like Iron Man and Spider-Man. And Spider-Man has his own deal, his own motivations and stuff like that, and his motivations getting lost.
Right.
When you look at all the characters in there, like the villains that he's fought, they've all been basically affected from Iron Man or Stark Industries. They haven't been like, "Oh, Spider-Man did this to me.
Right.
He didn't save this person. He didn't do this." So they just wanted to get him. But it's more.
It's still revolving around Iron Man, even though So hopefully there's less now that, Iron Man is not around anymore. So hopefully the next one, it can be more Spider-Man centric. I hope so.
I hope so too. And if they can reduce some of the iconic Spider-Man villains, dare I say Hobgoblin, maybe Rhino, Sandman.
I think they would definitely, because something I like about these Spider-Man is they're doing different villains than they did in the past. Green Goblin was done like 3 times. Sandman was done. Rhino was kind of done.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of done.
But they weren't done all that well though.
Yeah, but I think they just want to focus on these villains, and then kind of as time goes on, then they'll introduce Norman Osborn and Sandman and stuff like that. So.
Possibly. We'll see where they go with it.
Right. So I agree with you. It was a little too much like Iron Man. Like he still needed help. Like he still kind of used, like MJ pretty much figured out, that, the projection, and she figured that out. And then kind of when he was all alone, he still had Happy. And then he had the little part in the airplane to create his own suit. So it's still, I get what you're saying. It didn't feel like Spider-Man, but it felt like Iron Man. I love Led Zeppelin, huh? And just the fact that Happy was pretty cool. But I didn't like the whole love triangle with the older guy, which was really weird because he's way older. He's like probably in his 20s, and he's trying to get with a 17-year-old MJ and getting jealous, and he was just weird. I didn't like anything, about it.
I feel like that didn't work at all.
Yeah.
Their logic didn't make sense. Okay, everybody that got whisked away was like, what? They stayed the same age when they came back 5 years later, but when they all be the same age, they just look, I don't know. To me,
because because it was 5 years after Endgame. So when everybody came back, they didn't age, but everybody else aged because they didn't get snapped away.
I think it would have worked better if they made Flash Thompson the one that was kind of going in on MJ.
That would have been cool.
That would have been better
yeah.
because we all know Flash Thompson he bullies Peter Parker and later on becomes Venom.
Eddie Brock.
It was Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock, yeah.
Okay. Forget I said that.
You can edit that. But yeah, the whole first part just kind of dragged a little bit. It was, but and I didn't like because it was crazy because when he was being a good guy, like I never fell for the fact that he's a good guy. Like a lot of other people probably were like, was he from another world or whatever, and that's the good guy, and the real Quentin Beck that lives here from this earth will come and be a bad guy or whatever. Like when he was telling his story, it was just so far-fetched when he was talking about it. Like
it just didn't gel.
Yeah, exactly. And if you look at it, when Peter actually bought, like it's even in the trailer is when I caught it. But when when he says stuff about the multiverse, and then Spider-Man's like, ooh, the multiverse, and he just goes on a tangent. But you see like Mysterio's face, like, dude, this guy actually bought it. Like, if you go look at that scene again, like, he's like, oh my gosh, this kid actually bought it. And Nick Fury and Maria Hill were like, looking at him weird, like crazy. But yeah, I didn't like that. And I didn't like Nick Fury and Maria Hill at all. I know they were supposed to be Skrulls, but
I liked them. They didn't do much.
They were kind of jerks. They're more jerks than they usually are. So I didn't care for that.
I kind of liked it. I liked it because they're acting a little bit out of character, but in the end we see why. Which I thought
that was not enough payoff. Like I still was like, I could have done without them being Skrulls or all that stuff. I didn't really like that end credit scene. I feel like we could have done something totally different and better.
But it was hilarious because
especially after he gets called out and then just going straight towards Nick Fury is in a space station, outside.
Set up for what, D? Mr. Comic Book Lover.
Well, yeah. It's a setup for space-based movies, but I still it didn't get that excitement out of me. It didn't. It was just like,
I don't feel like it was an exciting thing. It was more like a funny thing because look, okay, the whole movie, Spider-Man, Peter Parker was trying to take a vacation, and then when we see Nick Fury, what is he doing? He's taking a vacation.
I didn't care for it.
That was hilarious. I'm like,
so much better.
Well, isn't that, that's just so hypocritical. He's taking a vacation and Spider-Man can't. Because Spider-Man's a kid. He doesn't deserve one yet.
But
so what would you rate this?
3.5.
3.5?
Out of 5. What do you think?
I give it the same rating, honestly. Honestly, yeah, it was a little bit above average.
Yeah.
It was a movie from Marvel that we expected. There wasn't any real surprises. They had really cool moments.
I feel like when it comes to Marvel movies, the best movies are either Russo films or Avengers films. Every solo film is just kind of like,
It's kind of like, that was nice.
Yeah, right. Like, I don't know. Like, okay, All right, but anyways, what did y'all think about Spider-Man Far From Home? Put it in the comments below. And how did you enjoy our review?
Let us know. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications, and we will see you next time.
God bless. Why you gotta do that? You're all in my space.